Hello there! Hawkeye episode 4 just dropped, and we start with the biggest cliffhanger bust of the season.
No!
Oh my god! You're Archer!
And we're having tea with the villain now. Alright. Anyway, too bad there doesn't seem to be much tension here or anything, but only a recap and some exposition dump with CB1.
Nobody calls me CB1.
And it ends with Kate's mom making everyone promise to do what's right. And she also made Clint promise to keep her daughter safe.
Being good isn't always enough to keep you alive.
I see.
Clint.
Yeah.
I cannot lose Kate.
I understand. What I can do is ensure that your daughter stays safe. Okay?
Well, at least CB1 gets his sword back. Anyway, we're getting told who's behind all this again instead of having that hint they planted evolve into a proper plotline. I mean, they fired the Chekhov gun.
Tracksuits. So Sloan's front.
Yep.
But that bullet better hit someone instead of being wasted. It's more like Chekhov's water pistol. Anyway, somebody gave the dog a bath. He looks really nice and cute there. Now, the scene with Jack charming Kate's mom may have worked with Kate.
I don't think I've ever seen you like that before.
But neither this nor the subsequent aphorism jokes
You never know what you're gonna get.
give any rise of empathy with the audience. Since, you know, we've been built up to understand that he's the villain. And he is the villain.
He said that his boss, Jack Duquesne, never gives him a day off.
They better not plot twist this at the end to show that Jack really did care for the family. I like the part where Kate's mind wandered to CB1 though.
Nobody calls me CB1.
Better than being alone in the holidays, right?
The back and forth editing
I'm so glad that you're both here.
You know, we should play a board game.
was neat.
Yeah.
Risk, Yahtzee, Stratego.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch, Daly's product placement.
Hey!
Hey! Hey!
All right, this is the classic Hawkeye costume we've been waiting for.
Etsy peddlers,
What is all this?
you know you're watching. Anyway, we get to,
A movie marathon night, right? I got movies.
That's very thoughtful of you.
but before that,
Thanks.
we need to repeat our exposition dump
Talk about Sword Boy for a minute.
and tell Kate what happened.
Sloan's a shell company that launders money for the tracksuits. And Jack Duquesne is the CEO.
Thanos was right.
Okay, well, we're just gonna have to come up with a plan to take down my mom's fiance's organized crime ring while simultaneously having a heartwarming holiday celebration.
Daly's product placement again. Thanos was right. Ugly sweater party.
We need to get them to leave us alone. And we need to figure out why and how Jack is connected to it all.
Yeah. Right?
This is the part where you finish my sentence with a plan.
We're really setting up Kate to be a silly, smart, dumbass kind of a hero.
Are you sure that's dry erase?
My kind of hero.
Oh boy.
Kate's still upset there. Anyway,
What are you doing?
See? Tree covers the parts that won't come off.
Well, now you're problem solving.
Clint runs a tight ship. Now, this better not come into play in the future when one of the baddies figured out where their lair was and found the plot. Right there on the wall. Anyway,
Have you ever heard of boomerang arrows?
What? Why would I ever want to use a boomerang arrow?
said Plunger Arrow Dude.
Because they come back.
Exactly.
You know, this is going to show up in a future episode. And it's not that far off.
If all trick arrows were boomerangs, then we'd have them all.
Boomerang is actually a Marvel character called Boomerang. A guy who carries around a boomerang and whose superpower is throwing a boomerang. Because comics. Anyway,
Well, I could knock somebody unconscious with that, like 20 feet away.
and Clint teaches Kate how to do it.
What do you think? Grip it tight.
Yeah. Holy shit!
That was pretty neat. This too will come into play in a future episode. Anyway, exposition dump should be this fun. I mean, if this were a 2-hour movie, we're never going to see two characters just hang out and having fun. It's not a necessary scene that builds up a relationship, because we already did that throughout the car chase journey in episode 3. And that would have been enough for a 2-hour movie.
Oh, we gotta walk the dog.
But this is Disney Plus, baby, yeah. And we end this exposition scene with a downer exposition scene.
All right. Best shot you ever took.
The one I didn't take.
What does that mean?
Never mind. Shouldn't have said it.
Look, come on, consider it my Christmas present.
No, it's not a good story. Okay? It's...
Yeah, they're gonna top off an exposition with another exposition.
I was sent to take her out. And when I got there, when it was time, I couldn't do it. I just had this feeling that she wanted out.
You mean Natasha?
She was the best there was.
I'm sorry.
What a Wonderful Life, 1947. Great movie.
You lost your family in the blip.
Yeah. Like half the world.
Is that where you met the Ronin? It's you, isn't it?
You know, there's a lot of speculation that this fact, that Clint is a Ronin, would be used by Yelena as something that would drive a wedge between Kate and Clint and cause her to get disillusioned of her rose-tinted glasses view of the hero. But you know, the Chekhov guns in this series have always been a dud. And Kate figured out Clint was a Ronin on her own, and she's okay with it.
You were a hero.
I mean, what's wrong with killing some baddies? Right?
Being a hero takes only a few moments. Few moments. Doing the ugly stuff no one else will do.
Besides, dumb speculation is dumb. Either way, it was too simplistic of a plot line to play out. Anyway, at least we got this Chekhov's water pistol out of the way.
Everybody dealt with the blip in their own way. But in the end, my job has always been to hurt people.
You were a hero.
I was a weapon.
And Clint just can't get over it.
I can't go home till I fix it.
You know, I would have felt the same way.
I really appreciate what you did tonight.
Downer of an ending to a fun exposition dump. But I really felt for Clint now. Besides, it's nice to compare and contrast on how this Hawkeye and the next Hawkeye see these sort of things.
Oh my God, you really think so?
And we end the festive scene with Clint having PTSD flashbacks. Make love, not war. The next morning, Thanos was right. Kate wearing a Leica shirt.
Morning.
Because she's a dog person. By the way, the sun shines from the same direction in this room, both in the afternoon and in the morning.
Morning.
So I guess this room's probably facing south then? Anyway, they planned their day along.
Okay, this morning I'm gonna have a talk with our friend Kazi.
What I want you to do is track down the trick arrows from our friends the LARPers.
LARPer friends.
You're gonna love them.
And she's going to make sure Clint regrets this. Anyway, Kate made some new friends.
You guys are awesome.
Clint make a backroom deal.
What do you want?
I don't want anybody else to die, but Maya's need for vengeance is gonna get her killed. Period. So, did you, get my gear?
They should be here any minute. Relax.
What?
We get you the arrows and info, and you get us materials for a new costume.
Okay.
And she did indeed made sure
Enough materials to make your costumes plus 2 more.
that Clint regrets this.
I know a certain someone who needs a little help with theirs. In purple.
Kate, I asked you to simply retrieve my arrows, not stage a play.
We're a guild.
And once again, we are being fed information instead of discovering it. They really love their Chekhov's water pistol.
Okay. I gotta go.
But before we go, here's an awkward introduction for a Marvel villain, Bombshell.
Hawkeye.
Oh, hi.
Bombshell.
I can see that.
Her name is literally Bombshell. That's the villain's name.
My wife gave me this bag. It's embroidered. It says,
well,
Bombshell.
I can see that.
That is her name, her official villain name. Bombshell, aka
Officer Wendy Conrad, better as Elsbeth of Deepdale.
She's an assassin for hire who, in the late 1980s comic run, was hired to take down Hawkeye. Her first attempt involved Bombshell disguising as a nun to kidnap him. So much for a villain. Anyway, her introduction in this series, they literally hammered down your throat with this.
My wife gave me this bag. It's embroidered. It says, Bombshell.
I mean, come on. She literally showed a bag with her name on it and read it for him. Tell him that the bag says Bombshell.
It's embroidered. It says Bombshell.
Couldn't this be handled more elegantly? Come on, people. There's so much teasing of future projects in the series. I mean, episode 3 was literally a 1-hour ad for Echo. Anyway, whatever. Boom, got the arrows back.
He'll get it back to you.
Right?
I promise.
Right. Okay.
Thank you. Okay.
So, Clint do indeed reuse his arrows. Oh, by the way, 1375 Godfrey Road. This is a real place in New York City, but IRL, it's a residential neighborhood instead of a row of apartments like this. I think it would have been cool had it been a non-residential public place where people could actually visit, though.
That's what you think.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I said it.
Oh, by the way, I love this one. Did you know that Kate Bishop's got one of the greatest superpower of all time?
Look, it's not fair.
That your inability to act like a grown-up helps you get your way.
No, it's not. But it is what it is.
Stay young, kids. And even though you want to try to, never grow up. Now, the question is...
No lights. No movement. This is our chance.
How do we get inside?
Entry should be easy. It should take me about 3.5 minutes to get in. So, if you see anything out here, just give me a signal, Kate, all right?
Anyway, here's the standard Hawkeye plan to get inside a building. Step 1.
All right, look, I need you to use your grappling hook arrow to anchor yourself in.
Step 2.
Rappel down the side of the building to the window.
Step 3.
It's locked. Break in quietly.
Yeah.
But Kate Bishop is a genius.
Where are you?
Oh, relax. I'm taking the elevator.
Mr. Bean level genius, though. That's a compliment. Anyway, once inside, strobe lights. Now, what kind of person would have strobing light instead of loud sound for alarm? Do we know anyone that fits that description? Nope. And so, this comes to nitpick time. Does she really need to use the Play-Doh arrow?
What was that?
A regular arrow would just blown up the alarm. I mean, no more lights, right? Anyway, Clint only figured it out. It's a silent alarm.
Then why didn't you tell me?
Shortly before he thought Yelena was Maya.
I did. Maya's on the roof with me.
Well, who the hell am I fighting then?
Avengers. Anyway, Maya missed the knife throw. Is this intentional? We'll come back to this later.
Get on the zip line.
You know, that could use an extra ingredient. Rewind.
Get on the zip line.
Cherry on top.
Oh, this is great. Come on. Come on.
So, why did Yelena help her? Is this intentional? Anyway, we know that Yelena knew there's a Kate Bishop coming because she caught her right in midair.
That hurt.
And she didn't know that there's a Maya coming. And why did Maya jump in to kick the gun out of Yelena's hand to save Clint and Kate? Is this intentional? Bendy bow. And Yelena clearly didn't want to kill Kate, since, you know, she hooked her to a rope for throwing Kate off the roof. And then the two of them just sit around having tea while Clint hesitates whether to save Kate or kick her out of the team.
Pull me up!
Get out of here.
Like, that's ever gonna work. Shockwave arrow. Wait a minute. That's it? She's got a regular arrow to the shoulder and she ran away? What? Shockwave arrow didn't spook her out, but a regular arrow worked? I mean, the other one blew her away, even though she can't hear anything. There's another superpower. You're shockwave-proof. Shoot her! Shoot her! And I know you can do it because you just shot the other girl.
Oh God, what the fuck is wrong with this episode?
Anyway.
Go home, Kate. It's over.
And I'm glad that this episode is over. Let's see if next week delivers a more coherent one. Kate being a super confident smartass with cleverness to boot was refreshing. The quote-unquote unnecessary movie marathon night scene was the absolute highlight of this episode. And I love Kate's character more than ever because of it. But she lacked
the courage to do all that is necessary.
Always listen to Qui-Gon and see you in the next video. Cheers, love.
Worst episode ever.